Trying to find players, huh? And I'm headed back over to the hood. We'll see the peeps before we gotta finish up recruiting. Headed to South Central LA, and you know, when I come out here, I like to do a little sightseeing. I drive by the high school and I see things and it looks different, drive around the neighborhood. So right on my left, this is Gompers Junior High School. That was the auditorium right there. This is the main offices right here. Okay, Samuel Gompers Junior High School, home of the Bulldogs. Back then, growing up, you know, being a 7th, 8th, 9th grader, you know, you thought it was big because you wasn't as tall as big. You know, I've gotten to be 6 foot now. I wish I was 6 foot. And this is Locke High School, home of the Mighty Saints. It's some good times, man. Now when I come home, you know, my mom's not here anymore with us, so I make sure that I stop and see my aunt and visit with her and have a good time with them. So that's what I'm doing right now, pulling up at my auntie's yard, and we're gonna sit here and have a little powwow as a family. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah. What's up, homeboy? You doing good? How you doing?
All right.
How you doing? Good. Good. Can't complain.
We're in Los Angeles, California, South Central. I've been here about 54, 55 years, and I've never had a problem. Wherever I go, I'm mama.
He's my blood cousin, but to me, like my brother. He's been here all his life. This is where he's been living and raised right here.
Oh, he was a good kid, super kid, never had any problems, liked to play sports. He got in little mischievous stuff, and I'd have to tap him every now and then, but he was basically a good kid.
Man, you know what, I've had a lot of great players in my coaching career, man, and I had to rank Darian among the top.
Matter of fact, he started playing football a year earlier than he should have. We told a story about his age, but he was so good, so strong and bad that we went on and put him up in there, and he's been excelling ever since then.
He could do it all. He was a quarterback, safety, corner, ran punts, ran kickoff back.
Yeah, he been getting recruited since he was in Pawana. When I tell you he was good, he excelled on every level when it came to football. Put the ball in his hand, he get the job done.
We ran the option, and Tommy Osborne used to be the coach at Nebraska, and he got a chance to see Darian on film. And from that point on, he started getting a ton of letters from all different schools from all over.
Oklahoma, Nebraska, Colorado, I mean, you name it, they were here in my living room.
I think that the school that showed most interest was University of Colorado.
I heard about Darian. He was a really highly recruited young man. I of course evaluated him very high. I didn't know that we would have any kind of a chance to get him.
When I was getting recruited by Colorado, you know, back then it wasn't any cell phones. So when schools had to come by the house, they would always stop right here.
And there was an outside payphone, so I went to call Darian. And I'm on the phone with him, dialing his number, trying to get hold of him, and a car drives by and fires 3 shots over my head.
Coach Barnett is on the phone, and I guess he gets on a knee and he falls down to the ground, and Coach McCartney yells at him, "Come on, Barney, get up, we gotta go." So me and my uncle, we drove down the street and we came and escorted him back into my neighborhood, and the rest is history, you know. But it started right here with the phone call from them, the drive-by shooting.
I can't remember now what Coach McCarthy told him, but something about wearing the red and coming back to the neighborhood. That did it. So God knows best, and he ended up where it was best thing that could have ever happened.
I knew if he got a shot, he was going to do well.
There he is, Darian Hagan.
The first game I watched him play, I was kind of skeptical because they were so small.
He may go all the way.
But man, could he run that option?
Explosive debut by Darian Hagan here.
In my opinion, Darian Hagan made Colorado what it is today. He was maybe the single biggest, most important person other than Bill McCartney. I had the opportunity to coach him from the time he walked in until the time he left. I had him all those years. And when I came back as the head coach, I could not think of anybody that I would want more than Darian Hagan being around my players and being around young players coming in.
Now that he's coaching football, and for him to come back into the inner city to give the kids opportunities and chances, it's huge. It means a lot, especially when you was raised and born around here and you make it well, do well in your life, and you come back to try to give everybody, other people's kids an opportunity.
We have a lot of gang violence in this community. And believe it or not, a lot of kids doesn't get out. They don't make it out. And at the time, sports was the only way a lot of kids could see that they could get out of the community. And once Darian got latched on to football at Locke High School, he just took off.
He came to Colorado, fell in love with it, and here he is, still today coaching.
In order to get the things you want, you got to work hard for it. In order to get the things you want, you got to make, good decisions and do really good things and have the people in the community proud. So it wasn't just about Darian Hagan and his family. It was about my community, my friends, and everything about South Central LA. It wasn't just about me. It was an avenue to put South Central in a positive light, and to this day I don't take that lightly.